Hey, welcome to my YouTube. It's all things chill guy. Today I'm going to be covering a little review on the custom speaker pods for the 2015 to 2020 F150, F250, F350, and the Raptors for the A pillars. Before I get there, I want to say thank you to the ones that are subscribed. Today I just noticed that I reached 103 subscribers, so it's not a lot to most, but it is a good start. So hopefully you guys like this video and you subscribe, you comment, and you continue watching my content, and things will get better and better as I have a lot more to come. Thank you. So right here we have customspeakerpods.com. This is where I bought these speaker pods from. They do offer ones that face towards the windshield, so they be pointed inward that way instead of directly at you. I chose them to come this way because I like the way it looks. But with that being said, you do know how sound frequencies work. So with them facing this direction, it is going to be louder and it could be ear piercing. So just, it's going to be based off what type of sound that you do like. If you face them towards the windshield, it could be, it's going to be a different type of sound, but it's all personal preference. Like I said, I chose this one because of the looks and I think it sounds pretty good. So here on the website, zoom in. All right, you can get different textures. I chose the black grain texture finish, and it looks like this in person. I will be showing a video in here, a little clip from when I was installing these speakers into the pods on how they are mounted. But as you can see, I am running a MVX setup. So this is a 3-way component setup. Down here is a 3.5-inch speaker, and up here is my tweeter. I forgot the size, but either way, I had to cut both of these openings some more with a Dremel to get these speakers to fit. So the holes do come kind of small. Before I had this 3-way setup, I was running the CT Sounds 3-way setup, and I also had to cut to get those to fit also. But the basket on these MVX is a little bit bigger and a little bit wider, so I had to cut a little bit more to get those to fit in there. But if you cut well, cut small pieces at a time, and then test fit them. They don't fit, cut a little bit more. Test fit them, they don't fit, cut a little bit more until you get them to fit. But once I did get them to fit, they look good. They look perfect. They're flush. No issues there. They come with these screws, a screw like there and right there to mount them. So what you want to do is on these F150s, you're gonna take these little caps off right here. It's a cap. It pulls off, and it's one at the bottom under here. You pull those off, and then you take the screw out right there. Take the screw out, and then this all pulls off. Reach up there, you just pull it, and there's little taps holding it in, and it pulls off. In there, it's gonna be your stock speaker. Your stock speaker is right here, your stock tweeter. So unplug that, and it all comes off. Also up here, there's like a little clip, not a connector, but a little round little piece that holds this on. So when the airbags come out, this whole piece does not go flying. So you just turn it and pull it out, and then you can get the whole thing off. From there, you're gonna test fit it. So when you test fit, you're just gonna while the speaker's being in there, you're gonna put this on there, and it's gonna go one way. You can kind of tell when it's like everything is flush that it's the correct way. If it's not flush when you test fit it, something's not right. So make sure it's flush, and then from there, once you believe it's perfect, have someone hold it really good, and then you're gonna get a drill bit and drill your drill bits into each hole on here, and it is gonna go through your plastic. So obviously have all this off when you're doing it. Do not do this while it's on the truck. Take your pillar off and to do that drilling. So after you have everything drilled and it's all good, the kit does come with the screws and the nuts. So you're gonna stick them through there, and then it's pretty self-explanatory from there. But before you secure everything, so when it comes to mounting the speakers, you're gonna want to have this off, obviously. You know, after you get your holes and everything situated, and you know it's gonna sit flush on the A pillar, you want to get the Dremel. Obviously, first make sure that, hey, maybe you won't need a Dremel. Depending on the speakers you get, they might just fit directly. But in my instance, my speakers needed a little bit more space, so I drilled it out with a Dremel, make the hole a little bit bigger on both the tweeter and the 3.5 inch speaker. Once I got that situated, for my 6.5, I use these are little gold screws from Harbor Freight. I bought a little kit, and I like the look of it. They're like, you know, goldish looking. And you know, I used a drill bit to drill the hole first, and then I screwed the screws in, and then, you know, it all went in pretty well. For the tweeter, most tweeters will have like a locking ring, so you're gonna stick your tweeter through, and on the back of there, you're gonna screw that locking ring on, and it's gonna hold it on there really tight. As far as the connections, if you are running a 3-way component setup, you know, 3-way is gonna be your 6.5 inch speaker, and then your other 2 speakers. So like your woofer or subwoofer, for the type of like somewhat mid-range and low end. It's not really too much low end because a 6.5 is not really made for like loud bass. That's what your subs are for. But it's gonna give you that lower end of the voice and the vocals, and like the bass and some punchy bass. And then, excuse me, and then this is gonna give you more of the vocals, and this is going to give you that high end, that sound, the higher end of the spectrum of the music. But there should be it should be a crossover mounted in your truck, and then I have my 6.5 speaker ran through the factory wiring, going to my amp, to my crossover. And then as far as these speakers up here, I ran my own wiring from the crossover themselves, all the way up to here. So I'll show you that right quick. So behind this panel, I have my wiring. So what you're gonna do to remove this, I kind of reach in there and kind of pull that off like that. And it's just little clips. Just pull it, it's gonna be fine. Take it off. And then in here, I have the wiring that goes from the rear to up here to power these speakers. So what I did is I bought a connector off Amazon. So if I did want to remove this A pillar, I can easily unclip this, and it's all gonna come off pretty easily. Instead of having wires that have to cut again over and over, it's best to just get a connector like this that you can easily remove if needed, if you needed to. So like I said, these wires right here are ran right there, and they come off the rear of my the rear of the truck from the amp and from the crossovers. I have factory wiring from the rear going to the speaker right here. So one day if I did, here's the rear, here's my 2 amps. Down there is my highs amp that's powering the 3-way crossovers in the front, and then my rear doors. And as you can see right here, here's my crossovers. I have those same connectors in the rear, so I can easily remove something if I wanted to, just making things simpler. Cleaner for a cleaner install. All right guys, that pretty much concludes the video. If you learned something from this video, please like and subscribe. Helps me out a lot. If you have any questions that I may have not have answered, please post those questions down below in the comment section, and I'll get to them fairly quickly. This screen right that you do see, there will be a future video on this radio that covers, you know, this radio is for the F-150, F-250, F-350, and the Raptors. It fits from 2015 to 2020, I believe, or 2021. But I will do a video on this, so if you have any questions about this for your Ford truck, please go ahead and either, you know, message me or comment down below questions you may have for the upcoming video on this screen. With that being said, that's pretty much everything I have for today. You guys have a good one. See you next time.